Hi everyone, and welcome to another reading vlog. It is actually Halloween right now. Happy Halloween. We are currently, it's been like 4 o'clock right now. We don't know yet let me break it down for you. This is the first time I'm trying to find light. None of this light's good. This is the first time that we are actually in a house. Like ever in our relationship and in our adult lives. So we've always been in an apartment, and our apartment buildings in the past like never really got trick-or-treaters. That like wasn't really a thing. So this year we might get trick-or-treaters because we have a house, we have a front door, we're right on the street. Like, what's gonna happen, you know? So I do have a bowl of candy. Has Jacob been eating said candy because I bought it pretty early? Yes. So hopefully this is enough candy. I have a little bit more, but if we run out, I guess we run out, or it might literally be that person who will go get more. But we'll probably just leave a note on the door being like, we ran out, because we don't need more candy in this house. Anyway, I'm really shaking the camera. I'm so excited though. I hope we do get some trick-or-treaters, just a couple, just to say that I've done it, and it's be super fun. We are not really dressing up tonight. We did get Winnie a cow costume. If we do put that together, I will show you if that does happen tonight. So Jacob and I might just put on cowboy hats and call it a day, because we have a Halloween party tomorrow night, and we are going to be Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. It is an older movie, so maybe not a lot of you will know it, and if you do, you're the real ones. I'll put a picture up here. If you know the movie, it's a cult classic movie. I've loved it my entire life. My parents quoted this movie to me when I was younger, and so I, of course, had to know everything about it. And we're Chicago people, so a little bit of like, you know, the Illinois rep there as well. Anyway, here's my big bowl of candy. Hoping to do it, but let's also talk about books, because even though I'm starting this on Halloween, this is not really going to be a very spooky vibes type book. It's really just more about the vibes and what I kind of want to read, because I'm a mood reader and we're just going off vibes right now. So with that being said, I have 2 books that I am going to want to start hopefully this weekend. So the first book that I have is going to be Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. Yes. Did this book come out a year ago? Yes. Did the second book in this series just come out literally yesterday or a couple days ago? Yes. I was so excited when I picked up this book a year ago, because I did get this book. This is the special edition Barnes & Noble special edition. This book is everything that I wanted in a book. I was literally going feral over this book. This is a hardcore romantasy book. This is Feyre and Rhys from Akatar, make it spicy and make him a demon and make it a magical world, and it's just cool. I don't know. Cool map, good vibes, it's gorgeous. Literally what I want. Now, I still have the bookmark. It's been a year since I picked this book back up. I think what happened was, I was so excited for this book that I wanted to savor it. And then the savoring went on a little bit too long. And then life happens. Some people go into depression or have very anxiety-filled months. That was me. So yes, last year was a very stressful time for me around this time of year. I did not do much reading, and so this book kind of fell off the wayside, and I was just so excited to pick it back up. Winnie's bored. She's bored with my conversations. That I just never really did, and I was waiting for the right moment, and I'm like, why am I waiting? And then a year went by, and then I literally was like, oh my god, she's coming out with another book. So we're going to read this book, because how exciting will it be to finish this and then go pick up the new one? Very exciting. So we're gonna do that. Romantasy, girls unite. This is our time. However, yes, Halloween's over. I didn't really read too many spooky books this year. I wasn't really in the spooky mood this year. It just, with the election around the corner, we're already in a spooky mood. So I don't really need to add to that. So I've been reading very lighthearted things just to like take my mind off what the world is going on. I did recently just finish Flawless by Miss Elise Silver. Loved it. So I am going to continue on with that series as well. But tomorrow is Christmas, isn't it? It's the winter tomorrow, November 1st. So it's not, but like in our minds it will be, and I will be decorating for Christmas early. So this winter, and I feel like every winter, I get into a fantasy mood. Of course, I mainly read my romantasies, but this year I'm like, I want to get into high fantasy. It's my time. I feel like it's right. So this is going to be the winter of Mr. Brandon Sanderson, and another one of Miss Robin Hobb. I have never read anything by her. I am intimidated to read this series. There's a couple, but people say that she is a mastermind of world building, of just being in the high fantasy realm. I know that Reagan from Peruse Project just finished the entire collection of works, and she's obsessed with it, says she's her favorite author, and I trust her judgment. And I also trust other people's judgments online too. This is blurred by George R.R. Martin. Did I try reading Game of Thrones? Yes, but it did confuse me. But we're not gonna judge that anything. We're just not gonna talk about that right now. Anyway, I am going to attempt to read this book. I have heard that a lot of people say that this series and this world isn't necessarily for people, and I am worried that that might be me, but I'm going in with it like wanting the fantasy of it all. Like I know I know with this book I am gonna get like the world, but this is really more about the characters, the love story, like the magic systems, like kind of what's going on, you know, things like that. And I enjoy that, where you have to pay attention, but you also don't really have to. With this, like, I know I'm gonna have to pay attention, but I'm like ready to like dive into a world and like get fully immersed in it and see how it goes. Like I know this starts out with, I think the main character like Fitz, he's like a kid or like a teenager at the start of this, and I think like it follows him like as through an adult, and then other people too, because I know like this is the Farsi trilogy, that's what it's called, and then there's like the Ships of Magic, and then divulge, I don't really know, but I'm excited to do it. But these are the reading plans for this weekend, for these next couple days. We'll see how far I get, but look how pretty they look together. I don't know, I'm just vibing with these colors right now. But those are my plans. Might go to the bookstore, might go to Barnes, who knows, might pick up more books, I don't know. But yeah, so those are the reading plans. Let me know also if you've read either of these and what your thoughts are, especially this one, if you think I would enjoy this. We'll see. But I know this winter too, I also want to start with Brandon Sanderson. Started a couple months ago, I did start trying like The Way of Kings, but I think people are now saying like I should probably start with the Cosmere. No, is that The Way of Kings? I'm messing that up. The Mistborn books first, then go to The Way of Kings. So I think I'm going to do that. And I also think what I'm going to do is the UK editions of the Mistborn series. I'm obsessed with them. They're all white. They're kind of like have this whole vibe to them, better than the American versions, even though the American versions are a very good floppy type feeling, like, you know, they got a good flop to them. But I think I still am going to attempt to try and get the UK editions. But if I can't, I'll just run to my local bookstore and grab up a paperback of Mistborn. But until then, that's gonna be more into like the depths of winter, I think, when, you know, it's cold out. What are we gonna do? Just stay inside and read, even though I do that all year round anyway. But anyway, that's this very long intro. Hopefully we get some trick-or-treaters, maybe we won't. And hopefully we get her into a cow costume. Okay, I'll check in later. Hi, checking in my first reading update, which I feel like I haven't done yet. It's not like I've gotten that far in this book. Anyway, I look gross because I just went on that little walk around this cute lake that we have right by my house. It's like a man-made lake, it's not real. But you can see like on the foothills a bunch of snow because they got a bunch of snow. I think yesterday, but tomorrow we're supposed to get some snow, so that'll be exciting. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I'm like so ready for the Christmas vibes. It's kind of crazy. But I got a nice little cap and a cute little smoothie as well. It's from like Nature, I don't know. It's a cute little shop that I found that we went and got smoothies last weekend, and I was like, these are really good. And they're not that expensive. Smoothies are so expensive and it's crazy, but you know, I thought I'd give myself a little treat today. Went on a nice long walk, briskly walked. Gonna maybe move up to try and running, but well, you know, I'm not giving myself too much about that. But we are here. We're in chapter 11 of A Throne, from Throne of the Fallen. Still loving it. I've kept my initial bookmark of where I first read it through because I just kind of wanted just to see how fast I can get to it. I'm like almost there. I could probably get to it today if I really stuck down to it. I have a kind of a lot of meetings today at work, but I can kind of go through it, kind of read between the meetings. However, I have to go get it. However, y'all, the sequel to What the River Knows came out today, and I'm losing my mind because I wasn't really keeping track with when this book was going to the sequel was going to be coming back out. And I literally thought about this book this morning. I was like, wow, this was probably one of my best reads of last year or this year. I can't really remember when I read this book. I think it was this year. I think it was in 2024. And I was like literally obsessed with this book. And literally today the sequel comes out. And I'm losing my mind. I saw that my local book, I saw like one of my bookstores posted about it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. And then I went to the author's, Instagram, and the Barnes & Noble edition, I'm so pissed because it's gorgeous, and now I need it, and it sucks because I was gonna go to a local store, but I think I need the Barnes & Noble edition, which is honestly a thing because this sequel also just came out as well, and the Barnes & Noble edition of this one is gorgeous. So in turn, I think I'm going to go buy the sequels to both of these books at Barnes and have myself a little bit of a time because I think I'm so excited to do that. I'm going to tear the sequel up to this book. This book was so good. I can try and give like a quick synopsis. Can I speak today? No, I clearly can't. But it basically follows this girl, Inez, and like her parents are kind of been absent. She's from Argentina. And I think they are kind of travelers, or they have like they're like travelers, or like they're something. No, they're like globetrotters, but they have like a lot of connections to Egypt. So Inez decided to go to Egypt because I think I'm explaining such a shitty time with this. This follows this girl Inez, and I believe she gets word that her parents have died, and they're like kind of like globetrotters. They have ties to Egypt, and so she inherits their like whole huge fortune and a couple other things, as well as like this guardian as well, as legal guardian. So she travels to Egypt to kind of find answers as to what happens, and so much happens. And if you love like archaeological, the Mummy movie, like anything set in Egypt that has to do with like archaeology or like finding lost tombs and everything like that. This book has this. There's also this romance, but I'm not gonna say anything, but like holy shit, like the last 2 pages of this book, I was like like I audibly gasped. And that's why I've been waiting literally a year for the sequel to come out, because I need to know what's going to happen with the 2 of them, what's the love story, and then also just the backstory. Like, we still don't have many answers. We get answers and then we think we don't have answers. The twists and turns, because I believe this might be YA. I think it might be. So that's why it does read pretty fast. And there are like, I think like little images, like little like things throughout the book, which I did not know going into it, and I absolutely fell in love with going between it. And also I think it is dual point of view. I think it is mainly following Inez, but I think we get the love interest's point of view a couple times as well. Amazing book. It was a 5-star read for me. I think one of my best 5-star reads of the whole year, and so that's why I need to go pick it up. I'm thinking I'm gonna go pick it up tomorrow and have myself a little time. So that's my reading update. It's not really a reading update because I didn't update you about this book at all. Okay, did we have a little malfunction earlier? Yes, but we are back. We are showered, feeling a little bit more rejuvenated after this morning, but here to give a little bit of a reading update for The Throne of the Fallen. I don't know why I keep forgetting that name. Anyway, loving it as I did before. Like I said, I have this page to where I left off before. I'm now on chapter 13. I read a little bit more from the last clip. Work getting in the way. What are my thoughts? What's happening? Anyway, I am realizing now that this definitely is like super, super fast-paced romance. So if you do not like a fast-paced romance, maybe this won't be for you. I don't know. But like, this is heavy on the romance, and it's probably to be more about the relationship with first 2 characters. However, this is like one of the princes of hell. He's like gorgeous, so it's like kind of a lust more rather than like, oh my god, I love you. Like, that's not happening yet, but like they're clearly like DGF already. Like the main character, they haven't yet, but he's been like, yeah, and she's been like, oh my god, like I can't, you know, but I want to, type vibes. So if you don't really like that type of thing, but it's not like they've done anything yet, and we're on chapter 13. But I know with this place mark that they do some stuff. However, the vibes are good. This definitely is giving the vibes of Reese and Akatar world being a magical world, but it's giving if that was in Bridgerton, because it's kind of like Regency era vibes, because everyone's like in those types of clothes, and women, you know, women are like coming out, have like coming out parties, or like her reputation would be ruined if she was caught with him, and like, you know, there's like mamas and stuff like that, and like balls and parties and stuff. So it's definitely giving Bridgerton in that vibe. Make it like fantasy, make it this brooding guy, and like, so he's like starting off that he has this game is afoot between like the princes of hell, and it follows him. Great, my dog's barking. Winnie's barking. But yeah, it's following like the princes of hell, and it starts off like him having this game that's going on between them, and our main character Camilla is involved somehow in this. This is like, she's part of you know, Envy's, I think Envy is the prince here, right? Yeah, Envy, like the prince of envy, like the sins, you know. Anyway, you know, you get it. So yeah, so Envy comes to like Camilla's world, and because she is going to help him win this game because she has clues, or she is the power to get him to these next things, but he doesn't really know why, so he's also trying to figure out. Camilla also at this point has no idea any of this is going on. He's just like, why is this like completely gorgeous man coming into my life now? He's kind of like screwing things up a little bit. So those are the vibes it's giving right now, but super fun. Loving just the fairness of it. Another great, beautiful map that I love. So having fun reading it. Hopefully can read it a little bit more today, to take my mind off things. And yeah, that's really about it for this reading update. I hope to read more. And hi everyone. Coming in. Hi everyone. We're looking rough. We got some acne going and some puffy eyes. I'm in America, and this was the day after the election. You could see clearly who I was for and who clearly won, and the after effects of that. I'm not gonna get too much into it. I will just start crying even more and everything. I am just trying, at least for today and the next couple days, to do things that I love and to just try and just be okay and do whatever I can for women and everyone else who will be affected. But I don't really talk much about it because that's this platform, and this what I'm trying to build here is just a safe space where everyone's included and everyone can just come, relax, and enjoy each other reading and having cozy times. And that's also why I wanted to film this clip right now, even though I'm emotionally unwell, physically and emotionally unwell. But reading a little bit more of this book, I'm getting so close. I think to make myself feel better today, I am going to take that journey to Barnes and Noble today and get the second book to this, as well as the What the River Knows and whatever else, and just spend some time in there, because I think that'll be really helpful for me, just to escape. And I'm just gonna probably try and read today. I have a little bit of work to do, but honestly no one's really working today. But why I also wanted to make this clip is, and come with me, come on a journey, is that we got our first snow here in Denver. You can see kind of that. I will take you to where you can see a little bit more. But yeah, that's kind of exciting. So I've been trying to give off the good vibes of the snow being here. But yes, as you can see, we got a pretty big dump in of it. Yeah, like it's pretty snowpacked. These are little Halloween decorations. Those are little ghosts that we're gonna to clean off. But I mean, it looks like a beautiful winter wonderland out there, which I have just been trying to just bask in the beauty of it. And just being okay. I literally put on the Nutcracker soundtrack and I just kind of let that play this morning just to feel better. But we're going to just be reading today and feeling a little bit good, and then maybe let Win Win play in the snow as well. She's all curled up at the moment. She said it's cold. She's ready. But anyway, that's the update I have. Not the best update I was wanting to provide, but it's what we have to work with right now. So with that, hopefully next clip you see is me at Barnes & Noble or just reading, having a times. I think I also am today. This was kind of the last little straw, or what's gonna happen is I think I'm going to also purchase my reading chair today for my office, and kind of get my office a little bit more in cozy shape, because if we're gonna have this type of weather coming soon more, can I speak words? If we're going to have this type of snowy weather already and it's just the first week of November, then I'm ready. I need the cozy vibes. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will check in with you guys hopefully with another reading update. All right, take care of yourselves, drink water, cozy things, do things for yourselves. Okay. So this is kind of all over the place. I'm also like half in the sun. Should I just go in the sun maybe? Okay. Sorry, my steering wheel is in the way. But just wanted to give a quick reading update because I haven't really given you one, I don't think. This vlog's a mess because I've been a mess. But I just can't find a good angle for this. What's going on? Reading update for this. I'm almost done with it. And I've been enjoying it. This is so true romantasy. So if you do not like true romantasy books, I don't know if this one's going to be for you. It is like many sex scenes, very graphic ones at that, but you know I enjoy those. Very graphic ones at that. So if you're not really into that, maybe don't pick this book up. Like the plot lines throughout this book are interesting, and I'm kind of wanting a little bit more than that. But you know, it is about the relationship between our two main characters and that growing and then them, I'm assuming, being together. Who knows? But the plot line is very interesting. I feel like I was kind of more intrigued with it in the beginning of the book because it was kind of like Regency era Bridgerton vibes, but make it fantasy lands, and that was really exciting to me. And now they've kind of traveled to like even more like of the underworld, because it's like he's a prince of hell. One of the princes of hell, he's Envy. So you know, they're kind of more in that world for the second half of the book and traveling through there and doing all these different things. So definitely takes place in a lot of different places, and there is this kind of plot line unraveling right now, and I'm interested to see where this ends. I'm really interested to see how she's going to conclude everything, because I think the books are like, each book is going to be a different prince of hell, because I think there's 7 princes of hell. I feel like some of them are mentioned in this book, and so I'm interested in that this isn't going to be like a plot line, like these characters, like this character story, like their story is probably going to end at the end of this book. Like they'll probably be mentioned in the next book, but I feel like that's the extent of that. But I'm hopefully going to finish it later. I literally have been so stressed at work. It's like the middle of the day and I have a nail appointment. Should I have canceled it? Probably. But these are the nails I'm working with right now. I think I'm going to do classic mani, classic like French mani, probably a pink mani, so that would be cute. And yeah, but I just want to give this little reading update first, and then yeah, look how pretty this tree is behind me. That's about it. That's about it for the reading updates. Still, how's everyone doing still? If you're in America, how are we coping? Coping by reading, I hope. Let's hope. Okay, well, I'm gonna go into the nail salon now, so we'll see how these change. Okay, I'm back with my little book haul from Barnes & Nobles. This timeline of this is just a touch out of sync, and I also just realized I never showed you guys my books that I hauled. So we went back to the future, jumping back to go back into the future again. But let's talk about the 2 books that I got. They are gorgeous. Let's talk about this one first, Throne of Secrets. I'm so excited to read these. These are gorgeous editions. I'm wondering if this one is also going to change colors. That's like, not change colors, but I wonder what other color the non Barnes & Noble edition is, because with the other one, it's on my shelf right there, is that pink color. And I believe they're like non-Barnes & Noble exclusive editions were kind of a purple, and I was so excited I had that pink because I thought it was gorgeous. Same with this blue. I think they're gonna look so cute together. I'm pumped to read about this one. Another super fun map, and I'm so excited. And then I haven't looked at the other characters, because like with the other one, because with the Throne of the Fallen, it goes in between the 2 main characters, Camilla and Envy, and each of them had their own, like, the beginning of their chapters had very pretty illustrations. And so this book's like little dragons that I think are gorgeous. But I'm wondering if this is alternating between characters like the last one too. This is following the Prince of Gluttony, and there is a female interest, but I haven't looked to see if her chapters or if she has chapters, because I kind of just want to be surprised. So I'm gonna hold off looking at that, but I'm so excited to read this. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, I'm ready to pick it up. I'm ready to get into this world again and see how she's doing this. I'm very interested to see like if any of the plot line or story arc that's going on in the Throne of the Fallen will be going on in this book. I'm not too sure if any of that story arc is going to continue on, or it'll just be like a completely new story, like that was their story, this is their story, which I think is how it is supposed to be. But I definitely think you'd have to read Throne of the Fallen to maybe really immerse yourself in this world. But I'm super pumped about that. And the other Barnes & Noble exclusive edition is What the Library Hides. First of all, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I'm so excited to read this book. Let me show you also why I had to get the Barnes & Noble edition. And I always support local bookstores, but they really got me with the color of this cover. This is the inside dust jacket. Are you actually kidding me? Gorgeous. But then what really sold me was this. Oh my gosh. Look at them. They're gorgeous. I can't believe we have Inez and I believe Walt. Also, I think those are in their names. It's been so long since I've read the first book. It actually hasn't been. But oh, work's coming in. Okay, Inez and Wit's his name. It's like Whitford, I think. But oh my god, they're so pretty, and I'm so excited. And it's not that big, like it's not that long, and I just kind of want to dive into it, but I'm kind of don't know what mood I'm in yet, so we're gonna have to figure that out, see how that is. But yes, I'm so excited for both of these books. They're both the sequels kind of, so I'm not really gonna get into what either of them are. This is obviously the sequel to What the River Knows. Amazing series. If you are, it's kind of set in like maybe the 1980s, not 1980s, the late 1800s. I could be very wrong about that timeline, but it's like old-timey. I'm not describing this right. Basically, this is from that series, and this is basically following this girl Inez. I believe she's from Argentina. I could be very wrong. She's from Argentina or somewhere in South America. And basically her parents have kind of always been estranged. They've been always traveling, and then she gets this mysterious letter that's basically saying they've passed, and she is the proprietor of her inheritance. So she goes to Egypt, and kind of all of this unravels the secrets, mysteries about what her parents were doing in Egypt, and she's connected. And if you like archaeology and anything ancient Egypt or mystery, and it is a YA, so this is super, super fast paced. So twists and turns, and then the ending, literally the last page. Oh, that's also it. The last page of What the River Knows, I was literally like, oh my god, I need the next book now. And I saw that her little what is it called, like dedicated to page is literally, she literally wrote, for the readers who stayed up all night agonizing over the epilogue in What the River Knows, this one is dedicated to you. I was like, this is to me, because literally I was just, it left you like, oh my god, this changes everything. And I was like, I need to get my hands on the second book. So I love that she did that as like the dedicated to page. She knows the good readers. But those are the two books that I never showed you guys. And yeah, excited to read them, hopefully in a vlog coming soon, but I will continue on with the video. Hey y'all, excuse the very interesting lighting that I have going on here. Very interesting. And this is just literally a little bit later than the book haul clip that I filmed, but I finished her. I finished this gorgeous little baby. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I think, what are my thoughts on it? Like I've said before, this is a true romantasy book, tried and true. You know, a lot does happen, but you know that whatever does happen, they're gonna end up kind of happily ever after. I don't really think that's necessarily a spoiler. I just think that's just how these books and these formulas work. But very intrigued. I would say the last like section of this book, a ton was revealed. I was honestly kind of wanting this to be revealed maybe a little bit earlier, just so we could explore it a little bit more. The only reason I say that is because, you know, this book series that she's doing, like I just showed you the book from earlier, you know, the next book does not follow these characters. And so I'm kind of wishing we could explore their histories and a little bit more about their backgrounds and just who they are, you know, and the lore of the world too, and the many different worlds that is encompassed in this novel. I just will have loved to explore that again. But as I say that, you know, this is a romantasy book. It's going to be more about their relationship together, them building a bond, and going through a lot of messed up things together, honestly. But if you love just being thrown into a world that is just filled with magic, magical worlds, different beings, like we have vampires, we have demons, we have fairies, we have all of those cast of characters, we have them in this book. So I love reading about that. So I was having fun just being in a world where that type of magic exists. Very interesting magic system as well. And I think it's also very interesting just the notion that she's taking of these like 7 princes of hell and how all of them are going to play a different role and they're all going to have kind of their own different love story. I think that idea in itself is enough to sell this book on its own and to sell into the entire series that she's going to be producing for these. I mean, if you think about it, if she gets rights to all 7, there's going to be 7 books in this series, and they're all as gorgeous as these books are. We're in for a good ride. But I think her writing, it grabs you in. She definitely describes things beautifully. I mean, I could easily picture these characters in my head. Like I had no problem literally visualizing this entire book. And with that, I think I just had a lot of fun. If you are just looking for an easy book to read that just kind of you can escape in and it's just a good story, I think this is it. If you're looking for a book that is heavy on world building and magic systems and kind of more heavy fantasy, I don't know, this isn't necessarily the book for you, but I think if you're wanting to get into the fantasy mood but not wanting to go into like a Brandon Sanderson book, I think this is a great starter into it. Also, if you've never read romantasy before, this could be a good start. It is heavy on the romance and the sexy time scenes. So if you're not interested in that, or if you've never read books like that before, just a fair warning for this book. But you know, we in this channel enjoy that type of stuff. So overall, I had a great time reading it. I'm super excited to pick up the next book and kind of see if these characters, if Envy and Camilla are, I think that's her name, Camilla? Yeah, Camilla, are at all mentioned in this other world, and if any of their stories are kind of sprinkled in, because there are some things that are kind of left unknown a little bit at the end of this book. So I was left wanting a little bit more. That's why I don't think it's a full 5-star read for me. I think this is more of a 4-star read for me, because I'm a romantasy sucker, and so I'm gonna love any of those types of books. But with that, that's kind of it. That's my little like review for it. I've had such a fun time reading this book. Also, you can't really see because I don't think I showed you what I got my nails, and I showed you guys I was going to my nail salon. I just got a cute pink French that it's not coming up at all on my camera right now because the lighting, it's a weird time. It's a weird time. It's like that time of day where, you know, we're in the stupid daylight savings time. So it's like 2, but it feels like it's almost 5. And the light out looks like that as well. So that's what we're dealing with right now. But that's okay because it puts us into the mood for reading. And that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think that will conclude this little vlog, this little kind of crazy vlog that kind of happened to be kind of all over the place with what happened in early November that I don't really want to bring up right now. But if you watch this whole vlog, you'll know. But I hope it brought a little bit of comfort to your life, especially if you do live in America and you're on the side as me. And if anything like that, if anything else, I just hope you enjoyed me just kind of reading and just kind of a slice of life little vlog. I hope to be making more of these hopefully soon and just kind of get into the groove of trying to be a YouTuber. But until then, let me know down below if you've read this book or any of Carrie Maniscalco's books, because I'm interested in reading some of her other books as well. Or you just want to say something fun, put a cute emoji. Well, you're going to maybe do like pink emojis if you want. And I will see you guys soon in my next video.